Hey kids, humans and monkeys have evolved from the same common ancestor, which makes us pretty similar genetically. The similarities between us humans and the great apes mean we can both find meaning in similar activities. For example, some monkeys like to ride motorcycles. Some monkeys like to steal children. And some monkeys do both. However, I'm not just going to sit here and be prejudiced against the great apes based off the reputation of their species, but by the content of the character. After all, not all monkeys are riding bikes and stealing babies. As is the case with a baboon named Jack the signalman. This story begins in 1881 with his soon-to-be owner named James Wilde. James was a security guard for a railroad company. He was famous around the tracks for being willing to jump onto the sides of trains going at max speed, where he aptly got the name Jumper. One day, while showing off his jumping ability, he misses, and his legs got mangled by the track, which back in those days meant you basically had to have your legs cut off. So, he had his legs amputated. However, needing work, he still came back to the railway looking for a job, and taking pity on him, the owner of the railway gave him the job of signalman. Basically, the job of signalman is to hear the amount of whistles the incoming train makes, and to switch the level to the right track. Although Jack could do this job just fine, he still had a very hard time getting home without any legs, even with a wheelchair. However, one day he saw a baboon pushing an oxen cart through a shop, and he thought, automated wheelchair. So, he gave the owner of the baboon an offer he couldn't refuse, and bought the monkey. Fun fact, the original owner said that if you wanted the monkey to work well and be in a good mood, you had to give the monkey a shot of brandy every night. So, the monkey pushed him to work and stayed with him for the next few days. One of the jobs of the signalman was to grab a key from the box and give it to the conductor when the conductor blows their whistle 3 times. And on the 4th day, the situation pops up, and the monkey immediately went for the key and brought it to the conductor. So at this point, James is probably thinking, wow, this monkey's smart. And he promptly taught the monkey to do all the various tasks that a signalman would normally do. And then, with a bit of training, Jack learned how to control a signal box that controls the direction each train goes in. After an unspecified amount of time of this, passengers started complaining to the owner of the railway due to the fact that a baboon was in charge of whether or not they lived. And after investigation of the matter, the pair were unfortunately fired. However, various passengers and co-workers appealed to the owner of the station and argued that Jack had never made a mistake. So, the owner and the manager create a difficult test for the monkey, rapidly changing whistles and making lots of noise to try and disorient the ape. Incredibly, Jack passed with flying colors, and was officially hired by the railroad company with documentation and everything. He was even paid a salary of 20 cents a day, and a glass of beer on Saturday. Around $5 today. In total, Jack was taught how to clean, move bums off the trains, how to access the key in the coal yard, and how to help with the garden. Over the course of 9 years, he never made a mistake. However, in 1890, he unfortunately died of tuberculosis. The moral of the story is, don't get a job if you can make an ape work for you. Bye, everybody.